And joining us now is bassist Kent Miller, a bassist here in the DC area. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Well, I know that you just recently put an album out. It is called the TNEK Jazz Quintet Plays the Music of Sam Jones. Just really briefly tell us a little bit about Sam Jones.
So Sam was, he's kind of like unknown with a lot of the musicians know of Sam, but he's not broader known. He was most known with Cannonball Adderley, and great musician. He's a cellist. He was a bassist. He wrote a lot of music and one of my favorite bass players. So he's the musician's musician. And you kind of have to be in that Cannonball Adderley vein to understand who he was. He's born and raised in Florida, but has an extensive background, has played with just about everybody. But just unfortunately, for me, he didn't get the notoriety, recognition that he was known for amongst the musicians.
Well, as you said, he's played with a lot of people. Why did you select him for this particular project?
Well, I mean, every musician, regardless of their instruments, are influenced by certain folks. For Sam, it was me and his sound that he got out of his bass and his ability to his walking. More so than his solo. He's a great soloist, but his beat, his walking was incredible, and it was the foundation and the body of the music that hit me.
So this is what, your third CD or fourth?
This is the fourth project that I've done.
Fourth project, okay. So I know that it came out just last month, and usually when a musician puts out a project, the idea is to get out on the road and perform. But just as you're getting ready to do that, what happens?
Yeah, so unfortunately, so as a independent like artist now that most of us are, it got delayed. I wanted it out late, last year, but financially it wasn't feasible. But by the time I got everything rolling and got it out, pressed and got it out, the COVID hit. And so you're right. Now I do have a publicist, and it's getting played, a lot of good play in reviews, print media, and the radio promotions. So it's, one thing is people are not out. So if they are listening, they get a chance to listen to it. But the drawback for me is, it's getting a lot of good press, and obviously the traditional is you put the music out and then you go out and perform. So right now that's not really happening because you can't go out and play anywhere. So I am taking a hit that way, but people are listening to it. It's a good project. I worked on it pretty hard last year, had some great musicians. My thing is everybody comes in, everybody contributes, but I picked the songs, I wrote the songs out, they took them, they tweaked them that fit their uniqueness. And then we went to the studio, we rehearsed it, went to the studio, had a great producer, Ron Kearns, who came in and just added his expertise, a little bit here, a little bit there, and we got a great product, I think, anyway.
Okay. So what's it like, I know you have the band that you have with the great musicians. What's it like now not being able to, in a larger sense, get out and play music together, to get together and even rehearse? What's that been like?
Well, most musicians are going through that. People are doing a lot of streaming now at home, and some are doing duets, and some are, each doing their own part, and they splice it together, but it's not that immediacy, that interchange that you need amongst bands, because this music, you're constantly thinking, you're constantly improvising, just as we're having a conversation. Mm-hmm. You're having a conversation as you're playing, so you miss that. Now most musicians like myself and others, you practice all the time, and sometimes that's difficult to do when you really get a lot of stuff you want to express with another artist. You're just not able to do it. Even if you do it streaming wise and you splice it together, it's not the same. So that's a difficult part. That's the difficult part. And particularly when the music out and you get a lot of good reviews, that's challenging. That's particularly challenging.
So I know that some areas are talking about the slow reopening. Are you guys ready to get back together? or is it too soon for them to talk about those sort of things?
Well, it, well, I see people doing it. You know, I really haven't asked, approached my group individually yet. What they think. For me, it's too soon. It's just, nobody really has any answers. And I'm
Hmm.
kind of guy that, you kind of have to have some basic answers. So I can't say in 30 days, 45 days, what's going to be different from today. Maybe big, a lot different, because obviously in January we didn't think we would be where we are in March.
Right.
So I'm just kind of taking it by day, and I can tell you that all the guys are itching to play, just like most musicians. And based on the reviews that we're getting and the Jazz Week poll that we are continually moving up in, it makes it even harder not to be able to play. So.
Okay. So Ken Miller is called the TNEK Jazz Quintet, playing the music of Sam Jones. Someone wants to get this CD. How would they go about that?
Well, you can get it from my website. That's the best place to go. And they just go shop. You can get any of the CDs from the website. It's tnekjazz.com. And go to
TNEK,
the
TNEK.
TNEK and jazz.com. One word, TNEKjazz.com. And just go to the store there and make your purchase. You can download it, or you can buy a physical product, the CD itself. So either way.
Okay, Ken Miller, thank you very much.